where I screwed up.
Yep. Tisk. I'm opening up my motherfucking cookies. I'm gonna eat. You see what happened? You see what happened when you just so busy and so ready to jump on some bullshit. Look at you. Now you apologizing. I'm holding the microphone if you hear some noise. Now you apologizing. This is a game I don't even care about. But everybody is so ready to just jump down the throat of something over nonsense. I'd rather you jump down their throat for charging $70 for this shit than it being 1080p, and come to find out, not even 1080p. Or you don't know, at least you got an unreliable source. Unreliable source. 10-month-old videos or previews or whatever the fuck that they was going off of when they reported this, and you ran with it. For what? Because you've been doing this ever since these things were announced. You just been jumping from boat to boat. Your first victim was the fucking Xbox Series S. You was mad at that for doing 900p when it's 1/3 of the Series X and damn near half the price. What did you expect from that? In the grand scheme of specs, the PS5 and the Series X are mid-tier at best. So what did you expect from the Series S? But you saw on this 900p shit, you didn't even acknowledge that the Yakuza game that you was mad was doing 900p was also doing 60 frames per second. You the person who boasts that you care about frame rate more than resolution. Now you apologizing. You know why you apologizing? Because you jumped on something that's meaningless, right? Want me to tell you why it's meaningless? Because it's on a fucking console. You don't buy any console for a top of the line experience because you're not fucking gonna get it. Any. For a top of the line experience. Prime example. I looked at the Digital Foundry FPS Boost video yesterday, and it was old ass games from the fucking Xbox One from the beginning years that had to be dropped down to the Xbox One S standard for the Xbox Series X to be able to do the FPS boost on it. Wrap your mind around that. The brand new joint to do the FPS boost, and I know it's not, maybe if this stuff was remastered natively, but that's not what happened. Just to brute force it. The brand new 2020 console had to be dropped down to an 8-year-old standard to be able to double the frame rate on some of these games. Do you get it now? It's a console. And now what make it look even worse is that the damn game that you was ragging on yesterday, Mr. Rich Tomorrow, you was ragging on it for something that you don't even know to be fact. You was ragging on it when you didn't even rag on it back when these old videos was coming out, you couldn't even tell. But then when you freaking thought that you had some solid numbers that if you could really see it with your naked eye, you would have been ragging on it before somebody fed you some figures. Then you jumped out the window. Now you looking crazy. Now you gotta unlist a video. Bruh. All this bullshit be getting in the way of people actually playing this shit. That's number one. This is number two. I don't even understand the purpose of going on these resolution and frame rate tirades. I'm going to tell you why. Because people, the vast majority of people who want to buy this bullshit are not going to be swayed by that anyway. They don't care. They don't. Monster Hunter Rise tells you that. Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch, great fucking game, by the way. If you really wanted to get the optimal Monster Hunter experience, you could play Monster Hunter World on the PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, Series X, PS5, or the PC. And when I say optimal, I mean technologically speaking only. The graphics are better. It runs at a higher frame rate and a higher resolution. But guess what? Monster Hunter Rise is fucking fun. And nobody who enjoys it gives a damn that the shit is 720p or whatever many P's it is in 30 frames per second. The shit is stable, it's solid, and it's fun. Is Ratchet and Clank gonna be fun to the people who are looking forward to it? That's what they care about. They don't give a fuck about it being 1080p, 4K, 1440p, or whatever in between. They don't care. And you don't care either. Because if you really gave a fuck, you would go buy you some of those digital foundry tools and be measuring frame rates your fucking self. I mean, you can probably afford it. You got 1 million subscribers. You just talking. Because you know that type of talk get more attention than when you talk good about something. That type of talk get more attention. It's flat out like that. This is not next gen. This is that. Man, come on, man. Just play the game. If you don't want to get it because of that, that's your decision. But that's you've made yourself look like a fool. You purport to be some news source, and you jumped out the window with something that you didn't even know was fucking true, and you harming your credibility like that. People will negate everything right that you've ever done over one mistake. That's what they'll do. So, what will it be tomorrow, Rich? I'm sure that this fuck up ain't gonna stop you from ragging on other shit once you feel like you got this type of chum in the water, this and that being below what you perceive to be the standard that these consoles should be at. But the key word in that fucking sentence is console. It's a console. One more time, I'm gonna repeat it. It's a console, man. You got that 3080 or 3090, I'm sure. You a PC dude. So you know better than anybody that these consoles are not gonna stack up to that. It's not going to. But that's it. Just had to come out and do a little follow-up to the bullshit ass video I made last night. This one probably sucks too. I'm out.